Today we have from the Africa Diaspora news channel a man who's no stranger to Kenya. His name is Phillip Scott, but he prefers to be called Uncle Phil. No, actually, he prefers to be called Phil. Phil, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Thank y'all for having me here, and shout out to Coco next to me. Yeah.
Now, before we even delve into the things that you're involved in, you do know what Coco Melon is, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes, I have children. I have one grandchild as well.
Right. So I guess see, everywhere, and you must have cousins who are young, like.
And you find that a rock, bro.
But he knows Baby Shark.
That's pretty popular though. I mean, who don't know that song?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll give
live beneath the rock.
credit
know
for
that.
Phil, thank you very much for coming through this morning. Tell me a bit about your organization and tell me a bit about why you are in Kenya again.
Yeah, well, of course, African Diaspora News Channel. What we do is, focus on, news that's concerning, Black people, African people, Afro-Latinos throughout the world. We were all about telling our own story and protecting our own narratives.
Right.
And through that, we have definitely grown, have met some amazing people along the way. We're definitely fighting against, racism, white supremacy, and how they label us as a people, because if you're labeled a certain way, people treat you a certain way.
100%.
So we fight against those narratives daily, because when you look at Kenya, for instance, people would think, oh well, that's Kenya, that's a whatever third world country, things that people say in the West. But yet when you get over here, you see the skyscrapers, you see the businesses, the expressway you built since 2019. There's so many things that's great here, and so we want to share that with the people, because there's a lot of miseducation in the West, and that's done by design.
Who do you think, who is your audience? Just Black Americans, Black people outside of Africa? Because I mean, you mentioned the stories, and it's so true. Many people, especially in America, have a very jaundiced view of the continent, because many people have not actually had the chance to travel and to come and see what's going on. So would you say that your main audience are guys in the States, guys in the UK? Where's your main audience?
Well, according to demographics, about 80% of my audiences would be, probably more so Black American. And then it's kind of spreading out, of course, the African continent. I know South Africa is like my biggest African nation that watch, so it's just kind of just spreading out. It's growing here and there, but people of all communities could watch.
Of course.
People, whether they white, Black, Indian, Hispanic, I mean, they all message me because, truth has no bearing on no color or, national origin, etc.
So are you planning to get more African creators involved? Because obviously, if you're based in America and you're highlighting the stories, because obviously on this trip, I'm sure that you've met people who, or you may have people who are actually working and doing the work over here. What's the program for for African Diaspora News Channel?
Well, what you should know, we do have two people here in Kenya that work for us. We have one host, one editor.
Nice.
We're definitely looking to expand more. We have contributors, for instance, like one in Cameroon. We've had people in the UK. We have people in Uganda. We are putting our footprint here. And we're always looking for, the next voice, because I can't do it all.
Right.
I don't want to do it all.
Oh, of course.
So I'm all about cultivating people that's, Gen Xers, millennials and Gen Zs. Because from what I've seen, definitely the millennials and Gen Zs are hungry.
Right.
They like that. They want to, fix their country. They want to take the continent back, from the oppressor, etc. So that's where my focus is at, for sure.
So you have I'm seeing here 1.35 million subscribers.
Yes, on one of my channels.
On your channel. That is like, as a YouTuber myself, that's amazing. And you guys have been going since 2013?
Yeah, it's about 2012 we started. Yes. Yes.
So what's the next logical step? Obviously you're here. I'm reading here that you've brought 30 people to Africa, to Kenya. What's behind that? What's the thought behind that?
Well, this is like our second time doing it.
Right.
So totally we brought about 60 people now to Kenya total. Well, what we wanted to do is say, hey, look, from my experience, my first trip was in Ethiopia, 2018.
Right.
And when I got there, I felt very angry because I felt lied to all these years. And I felt a connection with the land. Like I never felt like at home before, like I feel when I'm here on the continent.
Right.
So I was like, well, maybe we could try to bring the people and see how it works. So we partnered, with an American-based company, and they come to Kenya. I think Worldviews. They come to Kenya all the time. It's like what they trips. So we partnered with them in 2019, brought the first 30, and then now you have 30 here now.
And these are just lucky subscribers, or is it more intentional?
No, it's not luck. I mean, everything's a cost, and they have to pay them little small fees.
Of course.
But they're here,
right?
And that every time they come and tell me this changed my life. I never knew this was here. Like I can't believe I waited this long to come. So that's really. What our mission is to bring a lot of our brothers and sisters back to the continent.
Right. I mean, obviously, with 1.35 million subscribers, you've been going since 2012. I mean, obviously, it's growing. Your viewership, like you said, 80% in America, but it's scattered around the world. What does success look like for your organization?
Success is really not just what I do. What success is replicating what we have done into young people.
Right.
Because the problem that we're having, and what I see just in America, even here, is that we have the older generation that wants to lock out young people. They're scared of the young generation. They don't want change. I want to see more young people doing what I do. I don't need to hog the mic.
Right.
I can easily move out of the way and let somebody else do it.
Unless it's Brian, because he doesn't know who is.
But we'll put him onto the YouTube channel so he can get educated.
Right.
But it's all about replicating, what our mission is into young people, whether it's on the continent or whether it's in Latin America, the Caribbean, the Americas. Let's replicate that because it's going to take all of us to control our narrative and actually own our own media,
our own story as
yes.
well. How much content do you put out? Like every week, every day? How's the content? How does it look like?
We are a daily production,
right?
But not just African Diaspora News Channel. I also have another channel run by myself called the Black Congregation. I have another channel I run called the Phillip Show, which is my entertainment side.
Right.
So you may get one guy here, but you'll get the other guy. When I'm talking about the women and all that. It's that. We just started a new travel channel, so we've been filming for that as well.
Wow.
So we're just trying to expand. We're looking to try to set up a studio here in Nairobi. We're going to want to get weather involved. We want to do a whole production, but in our way.
Right. And for guys who want to watch and learn more about what you do, what's the channel handle? What are the social media handles for?
Yeah, sure. You can go to YouTube, African Diaspora News, channel.
Yeah.
You can find that on Facebook. Definitely YouTube. Instagram, TikTok. You find that. Our website, AfricanDiasporaNews.org. You can actually go there as well.
Right.
But the YouTube is like really where people access us probably a little bit more.
I was wondering, like you mentioned TikTok, how has it been for the channel to navigate the waters of new social media, because TikTok is a completely different animal from YouTube, and many of the creators who have actually been on YouTube for a while just scratch their head when it comes to TikTok.
Well, you gotta move with the market. That's the problem. You can't get stuck in one thing. Because like when I first started, it's changed to now. We had I remember there was no live streaming.
Right.
I remember when there was no super chats and all that sort of stuff that's coming in, with no TikToks, no nothing. You have to change with the market. And so we have always made sure to stay on top of technology and change with the market.
Right.
And also keep your ear to the streets of what the people talking about, the grassroots.
Right. And the good thing is that, like you said, there's daily content on the Africa Diaspora News channel. And I'm seeing here, it says that you've said Kenya's been gracious to us in the area of business. How have we supported the channel? Like how has Kenya aided the growth of the channel?
Well, for us, like I said, we have two people that work for us in Kenya, for one. Starting a company here, was very easy to do.
Right.
We've been meeting people in business and possible investors that want to, assist with that mission. So that's being very gracious. In my own country, I don't meet with people like that. Especially even in my own community, I don't have people coming to me saying, "Hey, let's invest in what you're doing, X, Y, Z." I get more love when I come here than even in my own country.
Now, interestingly enough, and a lot of people actually do say it's much easier to do business on the continent than sometimes in the West. When we tell the story of Africa and we tell the story of black people around the world, what is your stance on the conversation in terms of how someone like Kanye is being treated, or Kyrie is being treated over the last few weeks and months, in terms of the whole thing apparent? Why do you think that sometimes our story is downplayed to elevate the story of others.
Of course. I mean, everything about us is downplayed. But with, Kyrie, what happened to him was just wrong. He just shared the link.
Right.
But this is the problem with that. If they are paying you, they control you.
Right.
If you own your own, see, if Kyrie said, you know what, forget the NBA. I'm walking away. I'm starting my own league. I'm the owner. Who could cancel him?
Right.
Same thing, now Ye, he said some things that's kind of incendiary. But at the same time, if you own your own everything, nobody can control you. If they cut your check, they can cut your throat.
Right.
It's just that simple.
Right.
So the key is for us is look at that situation, and we don't want to be, especially black men, groveling to a white supremacist. But please let me have my job back. I apologize. No. Because if I was Kyrie Irving, I would forget the Nets. I'm not playing anything. I got money. I don't have to beg you. Beg you for what?
And I'm happy to hear you say that, because I had a conversation yesterday and we were talking about Cristiano Ronaldo and how his situation with Manchester United has played out. And I'm of the opinion that because he knows his value and he knows his worth, he was able to come out and say, this team ain't treating me right, this team ain't respecting me, the facilities of this team are crumbling. And when he was questioned, he goes, listen, I'm ironclad. I know who I am. And you can't cancel him because he's literally uncancelable, if that's a word. Because he knows who he is and he knows the value of self. So I agree with you 110%. If they can cut your check, they can cut your throat. I love that. I'm going to run with that.
Yeah. For instance, what I didn't like about, when they had the Africa Cup, they had... And some of these white, team owners in Europe was telling the players, "I don't want you to go play in that." I'm like you don't own nobody.
Jurgen Klopp, the manager of Liverpool, yes, he's out of order.
He's a white supremacist.
Right.
He's trying to, I guess, see, I own you, and so I'm gonna do whatever I want to do with you. Because in their mind, it's like, I got you on a contract. You my, they have a book called $40 Million Slave. They feel like you their slave.
Right.
You understand? They can do whatever they want to do with you, but black people are the talent. Just like black people are the culture, right? Without black people, who are they? Nobody want to go see them play. You imagine? Who really want to watch them play?
Right.
They bored.
Whoever they are.
Whoever they are, Europeans. I say it.
No.
Okay.
No, that's a take from Dave Chappelle's recent.
Saturday
Night.
Oh, I know exactly what he was talking about.
I think everyone.
I know exactly what he was talking about. Oh yeah.
For Roman, how long are you around for?
I'll be in the country at least until the second day of December.
All right. Are you doing any live things with people? How can people connect with you?
So we did a few interviews, so anybody can connect with me. Like I said, just
socials.
Use socials. Definitely. They can email us and everything. You probably want to email my PR guy that's in there, because if you email me, I probably won't.
What's your PR guy's email address?
Is it Kellen@ColemanPRFirm.com? Yeah, email him, because like I said, if you email me, it's gonna be hard for me to get back to you. I get so much coming at me.
No,
that's what it is. I say, who is this again?
Yeah, for real. Well, listen, man, we wish you all the best, and I'm always happy to see people, especially people of color, us guys, owning our platforms.
Wait, what did you just say?
People of color.
People of color? Where you get that from?
Black people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because the color is a crayon.
Yeah. Well, I'm just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy to see us owning our things.
Yes.
So it's very important that we continue to manifest greatness on all of our channels.
Yes,
sir. You know what I mean? So I want to wish you all the best in what you're doing.
All right, thanks.
And continue to grow the network and continue to share your voice and create your platforms.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me.
All right, but no worries, Phil.
All right.
Phil Scott. Catch him on all the social platforms, and definitely make sure you get involved with the network. It's 103.5 Homeboyz Radio, the urban sound of Nairobi.